All right, people, let me continue. We're in a section where Israel is blessing Joseph's sons. Chapter 48, verse 18. Let's continue. And Joseph said to his father, "Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Born, put thy right hand upon his head." And his father refused. Now you got to understand something. God's will be done exactly how he wanted done. And his father refused and said, "I know it, my son. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations." And he blessed them that day, saying, "And thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and Manasseh." And he said, Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said unto Joseph, "Behold, I die, but God shall be with you, and bring you again to the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the land, the hand of the Amorite, with my sword and with my bow." Chapter 49. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, "Gather yourself together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days." Look at this prophecy. Men of God back in the day prophesied, blessed. Man, gather yourselves together and hear, sons of Jacob, and hearken to Israel, your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed. Then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. Wow. God don't forget nothing. Thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed. Then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, into their assembly. Mine honor be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they digged down a wall. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them, Jacob, and scatter them in Israel. That's God talking to them. God's bringing his remembrance. God don't forget nothing. You think you get away with stuff? You don't get away with nothing. You do evil, you reap what you sow. You do good, you reap what you sow. It is what it is. Even though God is all forgiving and merciful, there are consequences to your actions. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. And if you read Kings, Judah is always mentioned. Judah is always a city that's mentioned throughout the Bible, more so than others. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion who shall rouse him up. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be, binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Zebulun shall dwell in the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Issachar is as a strong ass couching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and become a servant unto tribute. Dan shall judge his people, as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that biteth the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield raw dainties. Naphtali is a hind let loose, he giveth goodly words. Joseph is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breast and of the womb. The blessings of thy father have prevailed about the blessings of my progenitors unto the utmost parts bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head him that was separate from his brethren. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is it that their father spake unto them, and blessed them, every one according to his blessing. He blessed them. God blessed them. And he charged them, and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephraim the Hittite, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephraim the Hittite for possession of a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife. And there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost, and was gathered unto his people. I know you're thinking, like, well, he went to heaven. He went to sleep. There's none in heaven yet. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to stop there. How many more chapters I got before? Got a few more. I guess I can finish that up tomorrow. Oh, I can finish it up today. It's only one chapter left. Let's go on and finish it. Chapter 50. And Joseph fell upon his face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. And the physicians embalmed Israel. Why would they do a custom with Egyptians? It's a good custom to preserve the body. There's nothing wrong with that. He's not going against God. And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 60 days. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die in my grave, which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan. There shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury thy father, according as he has made thee swear. Pharaoh wasn't a bad person. Not this Pharaoh. And Joseph went up to bury his father. And with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph, and his brethren in his father's house, only their little ones, and their flocks and their herds they left in the land of Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan. And there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, This is a grievous mourning in the Egyptian, to the Egyptians. Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for a possession of a burying place, Ephraim the Hittite before Mamre. And Joseph returned into Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father, after he had buried his father. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us of all the evil which we done unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall you say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin. For they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of thy servants. Then God say, Confess your sins to one another. Okay. God thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto him, Fear not, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it into good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore fear you not. I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly to them. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children for the third generation. The children also of Machir, the sons of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land, into the land which he sware to Abraham, for Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from hence. So Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. Glory be to God. You see, we try to understand why we're going through so many things, why we're going through this evil or that evil or that or that. And God's like, hey, read the Bible. You'll see why you're going through a lot of things. You'll understand why you're going through a lot of things. What Israel said, I saw a lot of evil in this earth, man. You're going to see a lot of evil. That don't mean you're not going to be looked after. And what God has for your life, the dream he has for your life will become to pass. But you got to start listening. Seek him spiritually, and everything else will fall in place. Seek him spiritually, and everything else will fall in place. Seek him spiritually, and everything else will fall in place. He has set a dream upon you. He has set upon a dream upon all of his people, those whom we have chosen. And if you are chosen, there's a dream for you. There's a plan for you. Trust the process. Trust what's going on, Houston. Trust what's going on, the person at the sound of my voice. God has a plan for you. Stay at it. And God is a forgiving God, as you see. Some people who are counted as your enemy are going to become your allies. And the truth is, some people who are counted as your allies may become your enemies. Just remember, everything's going to work out. Let what happens, happens. Go with God's flow, and everything's going to work out exactly how God planned it to do for your life. Don't trust in yourself. Don't trust in your riches. Don't trust in your own glory. Don't be prideful. Don't be boastful. Trust in the Lord. That's all you have to do. And he will direct your path. Seek him. And he's going to call you by name. He's going to call you out. He's going to visit you in the night watches. He's going to be with you in the daytime while you walk through the earth. He's going to help you. He's going to assist you. Receive this message. God is for you. And if God is for you, who can be against you? Some things may not make sense to you, but it's going to make sense in the end. If you haven't given Jesus Christ your life, you haven't surrendered to him, I advise you to do so. Start the process so you can be a blessing to others for God. Have a blessed day.